Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to a brand new series here on Top Deck MTG called Top Deck Discussions. This is where the current Royale crew and maybe some other people in the future are going to talk about some cards or something that's going on in Magic. And yeah, and I'm NHA37 here with you guys, and we also have Pithy Maro, JJ Player 1127, and Vaser. Say hi, guys. And today we're going to talk about cards leaked from Rivals of Ixalan. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Alright, so first slide. We have cards from the Vraska Planeswalker deck. Who wants to get us started on that? Yeah, I agree. When I looked at it, it's just like, it's bad. If it doesn't even give him Death Touch, like, bad. Yeah, it's very, very white ability. True. Maybe they're like, hey, here's an idea. You know those horrible planeswalkers are putting in these planeswalker decks? What do you think about making them worse? Yeah, just murder. I'm, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of her ultimate. Just like I feel like this is gonna be the reason why she's gonna have a home and commander. Is people are gonna want to play this card, ultimate her, and just attack like with a creature with myriad, and then boom. Oh yeah, that's true. All right, you brewers out there. Yeah. However, I just think that will this card see play in standard? No. Modern? No. Commander? I could see her having a home and commander just for the ultimate. But that her -1 is it's so ungodly bad that it just makes you not even want to get to the ultimate. All right, next card. We have Vrasa's Conquistador. Uh, 2 mana, 2/1 Vampire Soldier. When it attacks or blocks, you control a Vraska Planeswalker. You drain an opponent for 2. Hmm. Yeah, that was my thoughts on it. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, this card it just seems like here. Let's take a black grizzly bear and take away a point of toughness for this little ability. And I mean, another thing we have to consider for these cards is these are for planeswalker decks, so it's not like these are going to be played in standard. Really, um, it's supposed to be for one-on-one casual play, but even for that, I think this card is just super underwhelming. Because as you said, Vraska is not going to come out until turn 6, so it's like, what's the point? It's like the upside is so little. No words. No, it is a vampire. It's true. Hmm. Yeah, I think we have that. Yep. Yeah, true. Maybe there'll be some more vampire synergies. Hopefully. Yeah, wasn't isn't she a Gorgon pirate, not a vampire? Green. Yeah. So interesting little tidbit. I do read the lore, and the last part in the lore where Vraska left off, Jace was getting her memories back, and um, kind of she just sits there and like hugs Jace while he's getting the memory. And, like Jace is pretty much vomiting memories out, and like Vraska's taken some of it, so she has to remember all the horrible stuff that she did. And I feel like that kind of turned her a little bit from being the good person she was turning into back into this evil Gorgon that she was. Hence, took her back into Mono Black. Oh, true. Maybe just push her like past where she ever was. Let's just do that again. Hey, vampires, come on. Alrighty. Our last card for Vraska Matters out of this deck, Vraska's Corn. A 2 mana, 2 black, sorcery. Target opponent loses 4 life, and then you tutor for the Vraska and put it into your hand. Now, I can say with full certainty this card is absolutely trash. Like, jeez. If you look at the other cards that like are used for to search the planeswalkers, they're actually like value. The Chandra one dealt damage, and this one ramped you. This is just this is just horrible. Mhm. It's like Diabolic Tutor with upside. If you're only getting Vraska, yeah, only this Vraska too, not even a Vraska. If it was like search your library for a Vraska Planeswalker, then maybe it would have a home in Commander. But yeah, um, but no, this card will see absolutely no play anywhere. Not like I feel like even if I bought the Planeswalker deck, the first card I would cut out of the deck is this one. It is so bad. Same. I think the only real reason for this card being in the deck is a way to get back your Vraska if it dies. But that's just, man, this card's bad. Alright, so moving on to Angrath Planeswalker deck. And just starting off, the Angrath art is sweet. Like, oh yeah, like it is sweet looking. But let's get into this card. 4 red black. I think our second ever or third red black planeswalker, Duretti and Sarkin being the other two. +2, it deals 1 damage to target opponent each creature it controls. -3, return target pirate card from graveyard to your battlefield, and -11, destroy all creatures target opponent controls. It deals damage to that player equal to the total power. All right, what are you guys' thoughts? Okay, I'll give you that. That's a bit of a flavor fail. True. I see Angrath as more of a control planeswalker, to be honest. More of a kind of like you're playing a Grixis or Jeskai or like black based control deck. Yeah, Jeskai black control deck, or like a Jund deck. It's something that goes big in the late game. I could actually definitely see this card see standard play if that does that. I know it's crazy to say that about something in Planeswalker, but I am a huge fan of this card. His -3 is absolute garbage, but like everything else besides that, I actually do like his +1 because it gives you that kind of like board presence that you need. and it instantly puts it at 7 loyalty, which makes it for decks like Ramen Up Red just impossible to kill. That's true. That is true. That's why it's definitely for a late game kind of thing. Yeah, that is true. Right now, the -3 gets nothing, but like, yeah, it's true. Admiral Beckett Brass. I think the best pirate's actually Hostage Shaker. Yeah, that's some value town right there. But I don't think this is the card you play in a Hostage Taker deck. Um, but that ultimate, I am a fan of the ultimate. Just this is what a red wrath should look like, in my opinion. Not exile, not rummage. No, no, it's straight to the face of like punish you for playing creatures. The reverse fumigate. I love it. True. Yeah. So Angrath in Commander. What are you guys' thoughts? True. I agree. Yeah. Elvish was you did it. Hmm. Yeah, if your opponent's playing Gishath, do not cast Angrath. Bad stuff's gonna happen. That's true. However, it's a lot like Mogus, where it's just that's just kind of like a flavor, like thing. There's actually no synergy. All right. Next card, Angrath's Ambusher. 2 and a black for a 2/3 Orc Pirate. It gets +2/+0 as long as you control an Angrath Planeswalker. Ugh, I have to say, I'm not a fan of the Planeswalker cards matter cards because they always go on some medium creature, and the effect is like not enough, and it's just no. Hmm. Maybe like 4 mana, so you go like this into the Angrath. But even if you have it, it's just like a 3 mana 4/3. Ooh, like okay, I don't care about that. Like they print those. There's a 2 mana 4/3 right now in standard or in limited. Um, Wanted Scoundrels, but like it just if it gave it menace or death touch or haste or first strike or something that like some kind of ability, it'd be like worth playing. But man, it's just nothing there. All right. Last card out of the Angrath card, or and the deck that's really Angrath matters. I have to agree with you there. Angrath's Fury, 3 black red for a sorcery. Destroy target creature, deals 2 damage to the dome, and search for an Angrath. I agree. For a card you get in a pack, like a pre-made deck. I really wish it was an instant. That's true. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Oh yeah, it was Nissa. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's true. I mean, just he did not remember that, and funny fact, actually, Angrath hates Ixalan with a passion, and all he wants to do is get off of it because he has a family on his home plane, which you don't know what it is, but all he wants to do is get home to his family. I know he's just trying to get out of here, and he teamed up with Watley at the end of the lore, so who knows what's going to happen with Watley. I feel like she's just very Ixalan, and these two are polar opposites, but maybe we see him joining up with Jason the rest of the Gatewatch. I mean, you never know. Yeah, imagine what that oath would look like. Oath of Angrath, yeah, probably. Remember that was like one of the first cards they spoiled out of Aether Revolt was Oath of Ajani, and I'm like, well, there you go, lore people, goodbye. Yeah. Getting back to Angrath the Fury though, I feel like this card's really good. I really wish that they tutored, even though there's only one Angrath, for more than one, because there's going to be the one in Standard, too, that they're going to print in the main set. So, but, yeah, so that was the Angrath cards matters. Going on to the next set, these are just a few cards that they print in the Planeswalker decks. Our first card that Vey was talking about earlier, Vampire Champion. 3 and a black for 3/3 Vampire with Death Touch. Okay. Just limited. It's okay. Anyways, next card. Cinder Barons. This is a dual land. It just comes into play tapped. Budget fixing is always very important. And as somebody who didn't get into like super competitive play until like 2 years after I started playing really competitively, I was playing with like tap lands that gain you life instead of fetch lands and all that. So I have a lot of respect for lands that do this. So important printing here. Yeah, it's been the most out of these cycles. But yeah, I'm definitely like it. And then the second ever red bear, Swab Goblin. It's a goblin bear. It's a 2-mana 2/2. True, it's not as good as Kenra. Oh, it's actually the third bear because we had the vampire out of Shadows of Innistrad as well. Yeah. All right, not a lot to talk about with these cards. Just some cards that are filled in. And now we're getting to cards for the actual set of Ixalan. These 3 cards were just spoiled today, actually, or leaked today. So let's break them down. First card, we have Brass's Bounty. 6 in a red, so expensive. For each land you control, create a treasure. Thoughts? Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah, Revel in Riches. I mean, I feel like this is their attempt to make something playable in Commander out of the new set, so Commander players have something, but it's just not there. Like 7 mana to get 7 treasures, maybe, is like medium at best. Hmm. Yeah, it just gets worse. I feel like it's more for like a flavor thing, like the Brass's Bounty, like it's just this island of gold. Like here you go. I agree. But even then, yeah. All right. Next card comes Peter Pan. Sorry, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain's Hook. Really, Wizards. I'm sorry, really, Captain's Hook. Come on, you knew exactly what you were doing there. Anyways, it is a unknown mana for an artifact equipment that has +2/+0 and menace and is a pirate, and when it comes unattached from a permanent, destroy it for an equip cost of 1. It's. I feel like if this is probably gonna have a CMC of like 2. Yeah. Yeah, Bone Splitter only doesn't give menace, so. That could lead to some blowouts. That is true. But, unfortunately, there's a card in Standard that's pretty good, and it's called a Braid. And this card is insanely good against Captain's Hook, because they could abrade killing the Captain's Hook, and that would also kill the creature. So, it's blowout potential right there. So, I don't think it's going to see any standard play. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Like, Menace is always good, and especially cheap Menace. On in some, like, Commander Voltron decks, like, what's her face? That gives you 1,000,000 cats when you for equipments. Kemba, Ka Regent. Sure would love this card. hmm It reminds me a lot of Grafted Ward Gear, which has a lot. That's a 3 mana artifact with an equip cost of 0. It gives +3/+2, but doesn't give that. It has the same unattached clause. So I'm expecting this to have a low converted mana cost. If it's anywhere above 2, I think this card is utterly unplayable. But below that, I feel like this should be fine. I feel like if it was 1, it'd see play in Ramen Up Red, perhaps. But once again, it's just so blown out by a Braid. Hmm. Ah. Storm. Saram loves it. Yeah, we're playing standard Cheerios. Uh, so now the next card. I've actually been discussing with my play group this card. It's City's Blessing. It looks like a foil, and it's just a common. It's a City's Blessing and there's some flavor text. It's the FNM promo, which makes me think that it's a token, but it really comes into what it is. Like, get a City's Blessing token sounds really weird. So one of my friends thought it would be like energy or poisoned, where it's like a counter, but it could also just be like a token or something like Staff of Dominion, that you get a blessing and then you only activate if you have a blessing or something like that. What are you guys' thoughts? Ooh, interesting. Do you think like cards that have like like if you have City's Blessing, then this? Hmm. That I like that. Yeah, maybe. Also, that comes into effect is the border. It is the F&M promo, so it could just be like a fancy border like invocations or something. But what is this? It's not an artifact. It's not an enchantment. I mean, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, similar to the monarchy. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, it's maybe a lot of speculation with this card. Also, oh yeah, God. it's just a token. It's a feels good. Eye candy. You know what? That's actually not a horrible theory. Like here. That's actually like scarily not a bad theory. I could definitely see something like that. But yeah, so also not pictured in this slideshow is Evolving Wilds is getting reprinted, and it also with a sick new promo art. So we've only got to see like that half of it, so I didn't think to put it on here. But yeah, so Evolving Wilds is back, and then a new promo, and I love Evolving Wilds. It'd be his third promo printing and like 4,000th printing, so never leaving standard. And it's like Commander products. It's like Stormcrow. Alrighty. So now we start. It's too much. Alright, so now we got some legendary creatures, and a legendary artifact. Let's start with, oh lord, Tetsamok. I probably just butchered the life out of that. Primal Death. It's 6 mana, 4 double black for a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, with Death Touch. It's a 6/6. And you could pay black, reveal it from your hand, put a prey counter on target creature, only activate it during your turn, and then when it enters the battlefield, you destroy all creatures with a prey counter on it your opponent's control. Alright, so thoughts. Oh yeah, this card is trash in Commander. As your commander, yes. True. It's the killer on this card for me is the fact that you could only activate its ability during your turn. Like, let's say you're playing like a blue-black deck and you cast like a Glimmer of Genius and you're able to draw this card. End of your turn, you have some black mana open, like put prey counters so you can have a good Tezzamok next turn. Now it's like, well, now this is incredibly awkward because I have to do this during my turn. It's just, I'm not a fan. It's good and limited. I mean, but what isn't? Yeah, true. We do have 2 of them. True, but I don't feel like those are the kind of decks that are gonna play this card. It's so slow and big. Like decks like this, like maybe like an Abzan control deck would play this card, but that hasn't been a thing in Standard since Elspeth was in it. What's also worth, yeah, true. Worth noting is that when Tezzamok enters, it only destroys creatures your opponents control with the prey counter, but you could put prey counters on your creatures. I don't know why that ever be relevant, but I mean, if you have like heroic, there you go. Oh, that's true. It does get a lot better. Yeah, I agree. I think for every more control-y card that they print with a prey counter effect on it, this card just gets infinitely better. All right. So our next Elder Dinosaur is Galta Primal Hunger. This is the green one. 10 double green for a legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. It's a 12/12 with trample, and it costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. Um, yeah, I do see your point there, actually. On the flip side of that, though, it gives me chills thinking of how similar this is to Emrakul, the Promised End. Just a big creature that gets cost reduction, that has over 10 power with trample. True. Remember, we also got a. Oh, sorry, Vay, go ahead. True. We also have the 1 mana 3/3. Mm-hmm. I mean, true. It's a lot like it reminds me a little bit of Metalwork Colossus as well, which doesn't have trample, but if it did, oh my god. But this card, I feel like it is a bit of a win more card. I feel like if you have that board state, then you're probably gonna win anyways. But that's only if you're really costing it for 2. But at the same time, let's say you're playing a deck like Temur Energy and you have a big Long Tusk Cub and like a Bristling Hydra or like a Whirler Virtuoso that you made a ton of Thopters with, and the Galta costs like 4 mana, and you just play it on turn 4. Like, here's a turn 4 12/12 with trample. Deal with it. Have fun Harness Lightning this card. Mm. True. That is true. Yeah, this if this thing swings twice, you're dead. Yeah, just uh yeah, it does. Yeah, man, that's huge. But if Run Us is out, it only costs well, it'll cost 5, so you can't exactly curve into it, but that's pretty sick if you go like a turn 2 like Servant of the Conduit into a turn 3 Ronus and then turn 4 Galta. Then oh, like the modern deck? That could also work, yeah. However, Path is huge. Especially when the number 1 deck right now is Jeskai that runs not only counters like Mana Leak, but it runs Path, 4 of them. So maybe, but I do really like this card. I feel like it's one of those cards that you could see it as a win more, but it could also just be broken like Emrakul was. But Emrakul also was legitimately broken. But yeah, Mindslaver was. I don't think they're like. Well, we'll give him an extra turn after that. That'll equal it out. Yeah, no, it did not. Yeah, like that's. I mean, I feel like if it was the other way around, like you get your turn, then the turn after that they Mindslaver you. But at the same time, no. Like it was just no. Mindslaver is not fair. It should never be printed on a card, especially one that can cost like 5 mana. Yep. So that was Galta. A lot of discussion on that card. A lot of potential. Excited to see what people think. Um, and a lot of the one. This is our first mythic we've looked at. I think it's the only one that's been spoiled so far. The Immortal Sun. It's a 6-mana artifact, legendary artifact. Players can't activate loyalty abilities of planeswalkers At the beginning of your drop step, draw an additional card, as well as the control costs 1 less. Creatures get +1/+1. Thoughts? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you also have a Cage Sun, Gauntlet of Power. This card. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like if you're in a commander deck that's just not running any planeswalkers, and your play group runs a lot of planeswalkers, and you're like, let's screw it, let's play this card. I mean, oh my god, this card would destroy that deck. Jeez. I don't think. Yeah. No, I don't think it exists. Just a 2 mana Howling Mine. Like only for you though. Hmm. But no, that's everyone. Yeah. 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 It's not awful, but I think it's see light play. It depends on your play group. Honestly, it's only going to see playing commander. There's no way in modern or standard this will see any play. Um, but I feel like depending on your play group, if somebody plays Attractive Super Friends or some really annoying Planeswalker deck, or you're just playing like card advantage tribal, then this card's gonna be good. Like it's one of those cards that it's not great, but I can see why it's played. 4 mana. All right. Mhm. So yeah, yeah, that's true. I give you a card. Don't attack me. Yeah, somebody that was a big part in last week's Commander Royale. I don't know. Or you just be like Pithy, like I'll give you a card, but then I'll attack you for 28 double strike commander damage. So I mean, uh, so yeah. Oh, Sylvan Library. That card's very true. Mm. All right, let's move on. So our last slide for today, starting off with one of my favorite Merfolk, and as somebody I played Merfolk in Legacy, I played in Modern. Uh, I love Silvergill Adept. This card is so good, just so good. However, if you don't know, by the way, Silvergill Adept is a 2 mana 2/1 that draws you a card and enters. In order to cast it, you have to reveal a Merfolk from your hand or pay 3. However, if you don't have another Merfolk or an Aether Vial, this card is really bad. So when you think of stuff like standard, when you're thinking of Silvergill Adept, there are some there are some Merfolk decks. Maybe like you have blue green. I know there's one starting, but like maybe if there's more support, Silvergill can be good. But I don't know. You're playing a 5 mana 2/1 that draws you a card. Yep, very true. Mm-hmm. Elvish Visionary is not in standard, but yes. Oh yeah, yeah, Merfolk Branchwalker card's very good. Yeah, I actually really like that card. Seeing modern play as well. Um, but yeah, Silvergill, it's interesting. I think it's more of like it was $3, so I'm happy they're reprinting it. But I mean, I don't know how much play it's going to see in standard. It just seems like kind of a hey, look, it's Silvergill Adept. You know this card because he's playing modern. Yay, kind of thing. All right, and the last card we're going to look at today, the front half of it, we have Storm the Vault. It is a flip enchantment, 2 red blue for an enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, create a cardless treasure token. And at the beginning of your end step, if you have 5 or more artifacts, transform it. The flip side, it's insane. You tap it at 1 mana of the color of your mana pool, or tap it at blue mana for each artifact you control, which is pretty much Tolarian Academy, which is bonkers. So, I'll let somebody else go first talking about this one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. That is true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 14 mana, at least. Mm-hmm. That's true. Um, where I see this card seeing play, I think this card is very, very strong. However, I feel like it's only in the right decks. I feel like there is a home for it in standard, just not yet. I feel like in standard, like I don't think Teamer is going to play this card. I don't think Red Blue is going to play this card. The Red Blue Prowess deck. Um, maybe sometime in the future, like Grixis Improvise, maybe likes this card a lot. Just a way of using that a ton of mana. Modern, I feel like this card doesn't have a home. Like it just doesn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, by turn 4 they're already dead, and you can't really use that much mana. Like you don't need that much mana anyway to play Affinity. So yeah, but turn 1, turn, turn 1 Affinity. I have played Affinity before and played 7 cards on turn 1. It always feels very good. Mm-hmm. Yep, it is true. I agree. Mm-hmm. there is one more format I want to talk about this card, which is Vintage. I watch a lot of the Vintage Super League. I played some Vintage, and people think of Vintage, oh, you die turn one. Well, no, you do sometimes, but you if you really like know Vintage, you know it's like this super grindy format that just like people don't win forever. It's pretty much Vintage. Who locks their opponent out of the game first? And I do think this card has a home in Vintage. Because every Vintage deck, it has the correct colors, red and blue, because that's the colors every Vintage deck plays, unless you're colorless. And they all have artifacts, Moxen, Lotus, Soul Ring, and it's blue, so you can pitch the Force of Will. It is a little expensive at 4 mana. However, I feel like a 1 or 2 of, just because the backside of it is that powerful, it does actually have a home in some Vintage decks. Yep, it's restricted, so it's only a 1 of, but it is usually played. So this card just gave me another Player Academy, and it's fixing by itself because it had 1 mana of any color. So that is a big question. Like you look at the other 4 mana cards in Vintage, you see Jason the Mind Sculptor, which is, you know, a powerful Magic card. Well, no, the first ability of it, actually, you could add a 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Yeah. Most Vintage decks are red and blue. I'm thinking Searing Sanctum. I'm actually thinking Library of Alexandria, but that might be a little too powerful. Conqueror's Galleon? Let me check. Yeah, draw a card if you have 7 cards in hand. Let me check. Uh, because Library is that's a powerful card. So it's one of the most powerful lands ever printed. I'm also thinking like maybe an Ancient Tomb kind of effect where it adds multiples of mana, like add 3 mana. But yeah, true. Yep. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Oh yeah, we got a Tabernacle. And the backside of Conqueror's Galleon, it's 2 mana to draw this card, 4 mana to draw a card, and 6 mana to turn a card from your graveyard to your hand. So not quite. Library is no cost. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Hmm. Yeah, it'd have to be like a 1 mana. Yeah, I agree. Who knows? what what was that? Which one is that? Oh man. Oh man. I actually played that for a while on my sideboard of my blue black control deck for the mirror, just for the greed part of it. And then I flipped it once, and I'm like, man, this card sucks. Like, just I'll sack a Gear Hulk, I guess, gain 6. Yay! Then I die, yeah. Oh, we have a Lotus Veil already. It's a. Mhm. We do have. Oh, we don't have something like a Glacial Chasm though. It's like, but with no cumulative upkeep, it'll have. That's pretty much like you win the game. So, it'd have to have some kind of restriction. Maybe like tap it until end of turn, or like it doesn't untap. Like yeah, like you tap it and you lose 2 life, or you lose 3 life. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Um, Thinking of other powerful lands, they're not gonna do Dark Depths because they can't. Um, but yeah, so they did a Maze of Ith already, so we'll have to just see what these lands behold. They could be all new things that could be very powerful. A lot of them are powerful, minus Stargirl's Bloodfast, but let's see. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Search for Escanta has actually seen modern play now in Blue Eye Control, and Jessica Control loves that card. So Field of Ruin is seeing a ton of play just because of it's a great card and it's card advantage, and Ghost Quarter is good. Strip Mine's banned in Legacy for a reason, but yeah, so we'll have to see. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for our Rivals of Ixalan spoilers or slash leaks so far. Um, I don't know when official spoiler season starts. I think it's in a month. And it starts early January. Okay. Yeah, like late December, early January time. Hmm. So maybe we'll do like, yeah, they always are. There's one today. So we'll have to maybe do a recap after we have the full set and talk about these cards again and the rest more cards. Um, but yeah, so Unstable comes out tomorrow, 2 days, and 2 days, and I cannot be more excited. If you haven't seen the set, go check it out. Apparently, Wizards have been trolling us, and like a lot of cards have different printings and different text on it. So it's like, hey, I'm just gonna memorize limited set. Like, haha, nope. Um, so like, I'll cast a very cryptic command. Well, there's six of them. So which one? Oh yeah, the merge card. Yeah, it does beg the question that these cards are now legal in Commander until January 15th. Is Wizards gonna put them on Moto? Come on, Wizards. You know you have to. You know you have to. Hmm. Yeah, like Super Duper Death Ray, I think it's called. My God, I just said that. Was the 4 mana to a creature with trample. I really like that card. And I feel like trample on an instant is something that we could see in black bordered. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Last Strike also seemed like something. But then you have this weird thing with how does Double Strike work now? Do you choose which two strikes you get? It does seem like it. It does seem like that. Um, oh my god, that is a nightmare. You know how many times I've gotten asked questions like, "So how does this work?" I'm like, you know what? Ask somebody else. I'm off duty. It's just man. I think my favorite card from the set is also from the League of Doom. It's a Baron von Count. My god, this card just seems so funny. Ugh. With the intricate numeral. Hmm. Yep. Hmm. Watley. Watley. And you never know. It could be a crucial story. Maybe that vampire is really like Vona, and then that thing in the pirate in the background is really Jace in disguise. You never know. He could be anyone. Not the bearded dude that he was. It does have a Chinese dragon on it. That confused me when I first saw it. But it would be Bolus. And I gotta say, like, why has this city been lost for like hundreds of years, and then just this one time where Vraska came with the thematic compass and Jace happened to be there, did everyone's like, oh well, we know where it is, just like right there. Like why now? Why not before? Why now did everyone find it? Like it's just that really bothered me when I was reading it. I'm like, why is it just now is everyone finding it? It's like so obviously in the open. Like, good God, does nobody live in this area? It's like, you just see these, like, golden spires. It's like, is that Araska? No, it's the sun. But that's stupid! How did it get like that? Why was it a city beforehand, and why is there no damage to the city? You could see in this. Like, there's no damage to the city whatsoever. Oh, this makes no sense. I don't even know. Yeah, there's just, as far as we know, it's just Huatli, Vraska, Jace, and Angrath. That's it. I have no idea. Oops. I don't know. Bolus knows everything, yeah. Oops. Ugh. I don't know. There's a lot of lore complications. There hasn't been a new chapter of Ixalan lore for like a month and a half, ever since the race part 2. So yeah, hopefully we have more. But I mean, I don't know. It's getting pretty soon to the set, and we haven't had one lick of it. So hopefully it comes out pretty soon. But I think that's gonna do it for us today. Talking with our first top deck discussion. If you like this, make sure you do drop a like and give us a suggestion of what to talk about next time. It's a little like a podcast with a PowerPoint, and yeah, you guys got any things to say? Yeah. You could like and unlike it 1,000,001 times, and that's fine. But yeah. Yeah, don't do it 2 times. 1 or 3. Alright. So, I think that's about it. Alright, so I'm NHA37, here with Pithy Morrow, Vazeric, and JJ Player. JJ Player 1127. saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.